a song, or a good little, idea can drive the whole song. So,
Well, absolutely. Absolutely, and I'm glad you answered that one because I was very curious about it, and thank you for answering that one. Just because it's one of those songs, like I said, it's probably my favorite song on the album. Grant's Little Stone, but I really kind of want to know what it was about because I couldn't really form an opinion on it, meaning of what I thought it was about. I mean, I love the tune and the words, the whole thing. I just one of those songs that kind of stumped me. So
yeah, the metaphorical burns.
Yeah.
Well, either way, thanks for explaining it to me. Because, like I said, just curious, and like I said, it is like my favorite tune on the album. So, you said that pretty much you're gonna, for lack of better words, punch 2014 in the balls. And you have a few tracks ready to go already. And you said you got tons of ideas. Now, the ideas that you have so far, are they both like the music and lyrics, or just like riffs, that sort of thing?
Bits of both.
Yeah.
I mean, some are like 30-second riffs, some are more structured songs, some are like lyric ideas, some are just bits of bass on their own, and there's loads, and we'll just sift through, think what may work with other bits, what we can bolt stuff onto. We've got a pretty good idea of what we're going to work up, and then of course there's what comes out of the practice room, which is probably the most exciting stuff at the minute.
Yeah, that's a good bit because we're all, I think the best example was last Tuesday. We got together in a little studio near where we live, and basically we just, for some reason, I stand there and I look at everybody and I think how much I hate them all, and then I come out with like a riff, and then I started playing this riff, and then it just reminded me how much I didn't like, everybody in the band. No, I'm only joking. I don't know. I just started playing this riff, and then Craig come up with this drum beat, and it was like, yeah, that's cool. And then next thing, Nick, the bass player, he just joined in and he started playing. And then, Jamie and Gary joined in, and everybody just brought something to the table. We started working out a progression with the tune. Where's it going to go? How do we want it to be? And it really just fit really well, and it's something that me and Jamie have been. I don't know whether worried's the right word, but we've been curious, sort of thing, to how we're going to write together, and how we're going to get everybody to be able to put something or bring something to the table. Especially, Gary. We want Gary, we want Craig, we want Nick, the other Nick, aka Hank, to bring as much as they can in to feel like part of it, because they are definitely part of this band. We wouldn't. I don't think me and Jamie could have gone out and done what we have done with anybody else, really. They are a major part to this band, and I hope the other guys are enjoying it and what we're doing.
Oh,
yeah.
You falling over?
Yeah. I fell off my chair.
Is your back all right?
Yeah.
Is your floor all right?
Yeah.
Is the cat still breathing?
I'm stopping being sentimental now.
Yeah.
I'm talking.
Yeah, it's a free for all now, man. Go ahead.
Craig, are you there?
I am here.
Good.
I'm gushing, listening to you, that's all.
Are you ironing again?
Yeah, I'm ironing.
Ironing in his bra. Bra and pants.
Shall we break into a lumberjack song or what?
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah. So, just a few more questions for you guys. Since we are using a form of it, how has the social media worked for you? So, like, SoundCloud, Twitter, Facebook, that sort of thing.
Go on, Jamie.
It's working very well for us.
Yeah, I mean,
Sure.
so Jamie. Yeah.
Go for it, Craig.
Yeah, so I was just going to say, certainly from the Twitter side of things, I mean, there's so much out there for bands like us to use and to try and push your music out there. And this show is a perfect example of that. And it's just such a great thing now that, to be honest, I don't know how we'd live without it sometimes. the ability to be able to try and capture a wider audience, and kind of coming back round to what Nick said earlier as well about having YouTube videos and things as well, just allows you to take that even further as well. We obviously want to grow our fan base, and we want to do that in the, I guess what we term as the old-fashioned way, in terms of getting out and gigging and getting a local crowd behind you and building a scene, and then taking that further. But what's great is having the ability to kind of do that remotely as well. And although not strictly social media, I know that Jamie spoke to me before about album sales and the fact that we seem to have a bit of I think it's a Bolivian following for some reason.
It's Bogota. We've got loads of people who like us in Bogota.
Wow.
Yeah, so we've obviously hit a nerve in Bogota, which is great.
Where the hell's Bogota?
South America.
Oh, sorry. Write your own
We've just
songs.
lost those fans we had in Bogota.
Yeah. Hello, Bogota.
We were in Bogota.
I'm in Bogota.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm really sorry.
No.
We just dropped a fan there.
Yeah.
Do you know what? We just lost a follower on Twitter.
Yeah. No, but seriously, it's cool, and I say the ability. Like I know Nessie was on. I think Nessie's listening in, and Nessie's been great on there as well. And there's so many people out there that are prepared to. Believe it or not, it sounds a bit strange, but we're getting people to actually listen in and prepared to open their ears to something that's maybe not mainstream, and then kind of get into the whole vibe of it, and that's exactly what we want from people, and social media and just everything else that comes along with that is just a great tool to do it. And I'm not sure whether other people from other bands will be listening in, and I'm sure they're already doing it, but I can. I couldn't say enough just to keep pushing whatever you're doing on the social media and the internet side of things, because let's be honest, if this ever starts to make us a living, it's likely to come from a break of some kind, and all that the social media side is doing is giving us a bigger chance of getting that break. It's just more hooks on the line, and we'll see what happens.
We've had some very big people listen to us and express an interest or offer support. So, it does work.
Well, we can't tell you who that is or what it is because it's under wraps.
No. Yes, that's as much as I was going to say. My lips were sealed.
We'll private message you later.
Yeah, and we also use things like radio airplay, which is great. We get listened to and fanned on that literally all over the world, like Japan, Taiwan, India, Russia, Bogota. We used to have Bogota.
You're never going to live that one down.
Global, we've got, it's great. It's fantastic. It's quite humbling, really.
Well, it's always a question I like to ask because you're absolutely right. It's absolutely unbelievable like how far this has gone. Because I've been doing this for like a year and January would probably be about 2 years, but I've been loving every minute of this. It's nice for me because I get to promote the indie bands, the unsigned bands, and I love it because it's just been great music, and that's why I love doing this job so much. I love like kind of getting into it and just kind of really kind of picking apart what I can find out about the band, and ask questions that people actually want to hear because they don't want to get into the routine of the same old questions over and over again, right? Because they kind of gets boring after a while. That's why it's nice to do this and can communicate on different levels. So just a few more questions here. Just moving off of that. Do you guys have or will you have any merchandise like t-shirts, badges, that sort of thing?
Yeah, we can. We got a little Spreadshirt shop going on where you can actually get some merchandise. But we've just done, for the minute, we've gone down the print on demand route, so we don't basically have to shell out anything. No, it's better for the environment because nothing's printed until it's ordered. That's right.
Well, no, very true, and it's also a good way to save money for sure. So.
Well, I hadn't thought of that.
You got to think of these things, right? So.
Absolutely, yeah.
A studio time.
Yes, there's merch available.
Yeah, studio time doesn't come for free, right? So.
Quite right.
And we're tight as well.
Oh,
Yeah, that's the real reason, Jamie. We should just say that, we are extremely tight. And I have just tweeted, "Hello, Bogota."
Okay.
So, yeah, I have. I'm tweeting while we talk. It's really good fun, actually. There's somebody, I don't even want to pronounce the name because I'll get it wrong and she'll hate us. But she's got a soft spot for accents.
Oh, yeah. Tatiana,
that's what I was going to say, obviously. But apparently, yeah. I thought we all sound really common.
Also, I don't know if it's some strange coincidence, but we've just got a new follower from Venezuela. So South America, I'm loving a bit of No One Son.
Right on.
Fantastic.
You know what? I bet there should be another one too, because I have a really faithful listener, except I think she's not home right now, but she might have tweeted you guys, and the name is Alma Rodriguez, and she's in Mexico.
Cool.
Awesome.
And big fan of the show, and usually loves all the songs, and I get tons of tweets through the show, like I love this song, so she's one of the biggest people for good feedback, so if she's not following you, I will definitely make sure she does, because I'm sure she will.
Awesome.
But otherwise, guys, this has been awesome. This has been a lot of fun. I really appreciate you guys coming on the show. I mean, this couldn't have worked out any better, and I had a lot of fun. And I'm never going to forget that Bogota, and man, you're never going to live that one down.
Nope.
Well, listen, we've had a great time, and we really, really appreciate what you're doing. And yeah, it's been great fun. Great to chat as well.
Well,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Not a problem. This is definitely my pleasure. And once you guys get that next EP out, definitely have to have you guys back on the show again for a second round.
Yeah, sure. We'll send you copies as soon as it's done.
Very good. All right, guys. Thank you so much for your time, and we'll be keeping in touch, and hopefully speaking again in about 2 or 3 months when a new EP drops.
Cool, nice one. Look forward to it.
Thanks, guys.
All right, guys. Have a good one. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank
Cheers,
you.
mate. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Cheers.
All right, that was the guys from No One Son. That was a lot of fun. I have a very good bunch of guys. And you know what? I should really start making a gag reel, because that Bogota comment right there was just gold. And I'm still laughing about it. So, a really good time. So, guys, thank you so much for listening. It's always much appreciated. Nessie, thank you for tweeting in that question. And that was a really good question, by the way. So, good job with that one. And we'll talk to you soon. Until then, Bones out.